Well, what have we here? This WAD is called Squares, and it was released in March of 1995, so this is very old for custom Doom content. And why am I playing it? Well, I found out just this afternoon that apparently this is widely regarded as the first slaughter map. The first. Some people might say it's suburbs from Doom 2. I'm sure there are other maps out there that you could make the case for, but this one is held in wide regard as the actual first one. The first one that you could point to and say, this is recognizable in a modern sense. And well, look, 400 enemies. This is pre-Final Doom coming out, by the way. No one had seen Plutonia at this point. And look at this WAD. 400 enemies, big hordes of monsters. Yes, you heard a spider demon. Yes, you saw archviles zapping me. For its time, this was considered insanely difficult. And even by modern standards, it's not a walk in the park. Yeah, I would say that it's at least as hard as Go To It, if not maybe harder. And I picked up the partial invisibility because there were spider demons in that room, and well, yeah, now I'm regretting it. Fortunately, Lost Soul Limit is on, so this Pain Elemental is no big deal. In fact, this guy's the biggest threat in here right now. But yeah, I'm gonna just sort of play through this, show it off a little bit. It's actually pretty famous in the Doom scene, really. But I wonder if anyone's sort of paid any proper attention to it in a long time. The UVMax record is held by Time of Death, who is a really cool Doom author who made a few maps for 50 Shades of Grey Tool. I mean, that's the way that I primarily know him, and I really love that WAD. He's obviously a huge speedrunner in the scene and done other maps compared to that. But anyway, yeah, he holds the UVMax record as far as Doom Wiki could tell me, and it's only 4 minutes, so I'm already not going to get that. But I'm not really trying to. I'm trying to do a slightly more casual playthrough and just sort of show off what it looked like. Imagine, if you can, playing this in March of 1995. Like, I'll reiterate again, no Plutonia, no TNT. There was Doom and Doom 2 and, you know, like Yak World and things like that. And then suddenly someone comes out with this. This was sort of like the original nuts in a way, because this would have just seemed nuts. And of course, they didn't have like kill counters at the time, so 400 enemies, they might not have known exactly unless someone painstakingly counted them or loaded this up in their own map editor. But I wonder what people thought, honestly, like when they encountered some of these fights like this. I thought, there's no way this map is possible, no way. And, you know, I wonder if maps like this were a big inspiration directly to people like the Casali brothers to, you know, up their game. I don't want to imply that like people back in 1995 had no idea how to play Doom or were terrible. Like, people could have beaten this map back then, I'm sure. But comparatively speaking, this would have been seen as a big deal. Come on. We want to try and get a fight between these guys. And you see what I mean about grabbing partial invisibilities, right? It's actually a pretty good idea. With spider mummers chasing me. And then these archviles here. Pretty nasty placement. And oh yeah, I can't remember if I have my PR boom set to, yeah, look, crushed corpses. I can't remember if I have it set to not allow archviles to resurrect crushed corpses or not. Yes, I just face rocketed. I'm starting to build a nasty habit of doing that, unfortunately. I don't want to move it on coincidences shtick. He's an excellent Doom YouTuber who has his own thing and is a better player than me. I do not need to incorporate his face rockets into my play. Oh yeah, this is the Arachnontron room, alright. So I have played this. That's 2 face rockets now. Because I couldn't help myself. Like, I mean, I just played it out of curiosity. I didn't play it trying to find stuff for the channel. And then after playing it, I'm like, oh, well, this actually might be an interesting thing to show. Okay, the spider mummers are actually done. I'd like them to fight. Oh, I need another one. Yeah. You can tell it's an old school map because the partial invisibilities are actually given to you and they're pretty useful. Okay, the door behind me being closed is pretty annoying. Okay, but there's 3 spider mummers fighting, so they should be busy for quite a while. And yeah, as you can see, the architecture in this WAD is not much chop, but you got to forgive the author, whose name I shamefully don't remember, but it'll be in the description, as we'll link to this WAD, of course. And yeah, the architecture's not that amazing, but he only had 1995/1994 era custom Doom level makers to work with, so you got to give him a bit of slack on that front as well. And apparently, and I read a few things on Doom World and in the Doom WAD archive and so on, the id Games archive I should say, that apparently this guy didn't even test the WAD himself, just sort of made it and thought, there you go, someone try and beat that. And well, obviously it is possible. And that even, a pretty average player by modern standards such as myself can handle this map. Alright, so here, let me just quickly show you the auto map, right? It's called Squares because there's this central bit with the spider mummers, and then there's a bunch of extra squares around the outside with progressively tougher fights. And actually, I remember what this next square is, so I'm going to do a bit of backtracking. Also, while I do the backtracking, I can talk about the music. This is not the music from the original WAD. It does just use D-running. But I looked up games that come out in 1995, and I thought, let's replace the music with something. And so many good games came out in 1995. So many. But I chose this Chrono Trigger track because it was in another WAD that I was playing today by a very cool Doom speedrunner called Mr. Miyagi. And he made this like cool practice WAD that I was playing around with the Savo. And the track that he used for that was this. He took it from Chrono Trigger, and I thought, well, hell yeah, let's go for it. I love Chrono Trigger, by the way. I mean, this is a Doom channel, so I probably won't ever play it on the channel, and you never know. But I love Chrono Trigger. Superb game. And hearing this track in the practice thing, the Savo was awesome. Really brought some memories back. And then thinking about the fact this WAD comes out in 1995, I looked it up, and just as I thought, yeah, Chrono Trigger came out in 1995, so it's a sign. It is a sign. I'm about to get hit by a bunch. I knew it. Okay, wow. I'm really doing this poorly. I mean, I've been playing Rush lately. You'd think I'd be better at this. Not following my own advice about properly choking up revenants at a choke point. I mean, but to be fair to me, this map does actually put you in a much wider space. Should be trying to get these missiles stuck on the revenant, Okay, this rev ball is scary as all hell. Okay, there's a revenant behind me again now. Well, actually, thank you for that. That's one way to get rid of the rev balls. So yeah, this room is possibly one of the toughest for me personally to deal with. Oh, of course it's timing. Revenants in a big wide open space as a keyboard player. Yeah, I'm going to lean on the whole keyboard thing as a crutch, whatever. Okay, this is where the revenants must have come from. So we're up to the next one of these rooms. My health's not amazing for it. In fact, my health's not amazing for all of the next bits. But you got to do what you got to do. Let's get the hell out of there though, because my health's so bad. And so what's the UVMax record? 4 minutes, and I'm already double that. But yeah, I mean, check this map out. Definitely recognizable as Slaughter. You could easily have been forgiven for thinking this was just someone's sort of first ever attempt at mapping in the modern day. They're like, oh, I want to make a Slaughter map, so they just throw something like this together. But to do this before it was even a thing, with old school mapping tools, pretty impressive. And because this was basically all players had, it was like a very popular WAD to speedrun for its time. So if you check out like the DSDA archive and look up the research and your history and everything, there are a lot of demos for this map. I have to be very careful not to rock myself in the face one more time, obviously. And the next room is actually quite scary under the circumstances. I'm just going to grab this. Ooh, that's actually... I've put myself on a timer here. No spider mama. Because this next room is even more hit scan. So I kind of have to hope. Okay, the spider mamas are fighting, that's good. And the chain gunners will open the door, so if I just sort of back right up to where hopefully the hit scan can't hit me. should just about get away with this. Because I think there's another Megasphere on the other side of these chain gunners. Yeah, I haven't exactly showered myself in glory here, but yeah, there should be another Megasphere on the other side of the chain gunners. I should be using plasma here. Whoa, okay, I got him. Yep. One more Megasphere. And then a funny room. Heyo, these guys make an appearance because why not? It was 95, you gotta use every enemy type, right? In fact, the only enemy type that isn't used in this WAD, I think, I mean, slight spoiler alert here, but is Hell Knights. And yeah, the two secrets are just the keys that you need to progress. That one's pretty obvious. But the one after this room, not quite so much. But, of course... And I think... Yeah, actually, I'm going to use coward strats here, because I want all my health and armor to get through the other red key room you can see over there. Because it is actually pretty scary, even by modern standards. The room that I'm about to go in, the next red key door room, you know, you got to be careful. Always got to be careful fighting what's in the room over there. While I clear out these Barons and Lost Souls, place your bets on what you think is in that room that could be so scary that even by modern standards, you got to be a bit careful. And these Pain Elementals probably can finally actually fire Lost Souls now because, yeah, the Lost Soul limit was reached by the amount of pre-placed Lost Souls in this room, the BFG room. Okay. Now I just got to check that that's it. There's still Lost Souls. Got to get rid of them. Okay, I think there's... Oh no, you're here. Lost Souls can often go in the wall. But they haven't, it would seem. Yep, cool. So just these guys. I could get assaulted by a spider mama. Well, this is very good RNG. Or not. Come back. Come back. Oh yeah, and you can be completely willy-nilly with your ammo in this because you get given so much of it. Okay, let's grab this. And yeah, I'm just going to do this. Oh, no, I could have got an infight going, but whatever. Look how much plasma you get. What is this doing? How have I stun-locked it like this? How is that stun-lock possible? Alright, well, I don't want you harassing me for this next bit. I'm actually a teeny bit nervous about this next bit. Can go incredibly wrong, but here we go. Yeah, that's right. Lots of arch files, yep, and it's already gone a little bit wrong. Whoa, it's going wrong. You see what I mean? Okay, hold down the fire button to win. There's more. Okay, there's one more. Okay, good. So yeah, a crowd of arch files is always a little bit scary. And the final secret is here. The texture is a little bit different, but it can be... I can imagine how that would be a little bit hard to find. And then the one last room in the outer ring to clear out. It's, you know, only really a UVMax thing. This room is the only one that's sort of not necessary in any way, shape or form. But I'm going to clear it out and UVMax it properly because that's what you do with slaughter maps, right? That's kind of the idea. They're designed to be a challenge for UVMaxing for the most part. And I have a BFG, so... Thanks for opening the door, fatso. Oh yeah, and something really funny in the text file. See how we're constantly fighting through doors? So, like I was saying before about crushed enemies, the WAD author totally knew about that, and they just sort of said in the text file pretty casually, like, if there's ghost enemies, just rocket the wall near them, it's fine. There's you. Okay. Now we're ready to go outside. So I have all three keys. These doors that you would have been noticing with the blue trimming need the blue key. Oh, okay, that's not good. I need you out of the way, yeah? And let's go get some more plasma, and it's time for the final bit. Now this bit, opening up the middle here, I'm sure would have scared the pants off of players in March of 95. It's a little bit scary even for me now, but don't cop a rocket. What did I just say? Don't die. Okay, there we go. but you get given a whole bunch of megaspheres and invulnerabilities, so as extraordinarily sloppy as my pickup just was, we win now. And we win even more easily than you might be imagining. I just want to get rid of those art files, and then guess what you can do? Yep, run away. And in fact, this is the speedrun strat. This isn't just a me being bad strat. This is the advised strat. Okay. Kept getting blown off that bloody step, so we're going to go to this side instead and hope that I can get up there this time. That never happened to me when I was playing this map this afternoon. But okay, we win now. And is this... oh, this is rockets, damn it. I want one that has cells for obvious reasons. But yeah, as you might be able to imagine, the cyber demons cannot fire through the window. So that's why this is the speedrun strat, because there's 18 of them. And you can just stand here like this and hold down the fire key to win, quite literally. The map is already won by the time that you've picked up an invulnerability and taken out the art files. And so in the UVMax speedrun, like, you know, they'll leave a bunch of enemies in these outer rooms, and they'll leave the spider demons to just sort of do some infighting. And I have no idea whether this was intentional by the map author, but you'd have to think so. For 1995, they probably calculated the window height and made sure that this was a strategy. Although then again, like I said, apparently they didn't test the map, so maybe this is just sheer luck that such an easy way to dispatch the 18 cyber demons exists. I mean, in a modern Slaughter WAD, they'd never allow you to have such a cheap and easy strat to do this, right? You would have to just fight the cyber demons out there, and you might get one invulnerability. Just for the hell of it. And so there we go. Squares. The WAD name is One Squares, but the map I think is often referred to as just Squares. The first ever Slaughter map, apparently. I hope you enjoyed seeing that. March 95, let me repeat that again. I mean, crazy stuff, eh? Simple architecture, but as a lot of people in comments sections that I saw this afternoon, I tend to agree with them. They said that it's somehow surprisingly still kind of fun to play, and I tend to agree. I do have a little bit of fun playing this. 16 minutes worth of slaughter, but you don't get immediately given the BFG, and you do have to use a little bit of strategy, and it depends how you want to play it. You can choke them up at the door, or you can try and be a little bit more in their face and go for a speed run and do it in a quarter of the time that I just did. That's the record, apparently. So yeah, just a little bit of a detour. I haven't done one of these kind of like single map little just for fun detour videos in quite a while, and this one seemed like a no-brainer to me. So I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment if you know any other old school random maps that you think it'd be cool for me to play, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.